Andrew McCart, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast, and I've got to say I'm delighted to be joined by Hall of Fame ring announcer himself, Michael Buffer. Michael, the weigh-in, I mean, you brought Evander Holyfield at the ring many a time. Did you ever think you'd get to do it again when he retired? Did you ever think you'll get to announce Evander Holyfield again?
No, I mean, I don't think any of the fans thought they would see Evander in the ring again, but I think what we saw was an amazingly physically fit individual. I mean, he always was in spectacular condition his whole career, and it looks like he never let himself go. I mean, he weighed in at just a little over 220 pounds, and his physique, his shoulders, his his small waist, he looks fantastic. I was quite amazed.
I've got to ask as well, what do you make of these sort of shows? I mean, you've been in boxing a long time. Hope you don't mind me saying that, but I mean, these guys coming out of retirement, Evander Holyfield, David Haye fighting his mate Joe Fournier. You've got MMA guys coming over into the boxing ring now. What do you make of all this? Do you like it? Are you a fan of it?
Yeah, it's interesting because they're competitive. They're not going to put on some kind of a show and dance around or anything. When Mike Tyson and Roy Jones got in the ring, they were hitting each other pretty hard, and I was pretty impressed with that. And I think that's what we're going to see tomorrow night on Fight TV.
It's interesting because your little brother Bruce, he announces Tito Ortiz, he's announced Anderson Silva, he's announced all these guys. You made a little reference to it saying, my little brother made a living out of this, now I'm announcing this guy, Anderson Silva. So what's it like for you to sort of announce Tito Ortiz and Anderson Silva and all these guys?
No, it's exciting because, I mean, I'm a fan of MMA. And it's a great sport. I mean, these guys, the kind of condition they have to be in to compete at the level they do in UFC and the other formats. So to see Anderson and Tito face each other, at first I thought they were kind of friendly, but it didn't look like it in that face-off. These guys, to be successful and to train as hard as they have in their careers and everything, they have this deep down will to win, even if it's against a friend or an old opponent. They want to show people. Millions of people are going to be watching, and years from now, people are still going to watch it on YouTube, and they want to show up and they want to look good, and be victorious. So I think we're going to see a good fight. It's going to be really interesting. Two UFC legends facing each other in a boxing ring.
That's good then. I mean, Haye versus Fournier as well. I mean, you mentioned Tito Ortiz were friends and they looked quite serious. It looked quite serious with Haye and Fournier at one stage as well. I mean, they were nearly nose to nose in that way, and so that's going to be a fun fight too.
It's going to be interesting. There's a big difference in size. I think Joe might be in a bad place if David is any kind of. He looks to be in the kind of shape he always is in. First of all, the guy looks like a movie star. He's a good-looking guy and physically fit. And I would think that this could be a little tough for Joe, but Joe's in good shape.
Well, final word then. I mean, I'm excited about this show. All the fighters we've got in here, Evander Holyfield, I'm too young to even watch him fight when I was a kid live. You got UFC legends and Anderson Silva. I mean, I want to get your thoughts on Donald Trump as well, doing 4 hour on comms. You've got 50 Cent doing it as well. I mean, it's just an absolute crazy, show from top to bottom, isn't it?
It's entertainment. Mm-hmm. You're going to have competition and entertainment, and I think anybody that tunes in, they're going to enjoy themselves.
Definitely. Well, it's an absolute pleasure to speak to you again. I've been at many of the fights that you've announced, so I'm looking forward to this one as well. Michael, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Cheers. Take care now.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Stay safe.
Yep.